Ladies and gentlemen, I want to narrate exactly what happened on the 26th of December 2021. You all know very well that I buried my mom on the 22nd of December 2021. And on the 26th, we came for outing service. The church started around 11:30 while the church service was still going on. Some military men were sighted outside, and I asked my PA, oh, maybe it's one of the VIP that came for the memorial, this church service of my mom. Then I asked them, please, if there is anybody that is outside, they should bring the person in if it is a VIP. Before they could come back, I saw masked police. I don't even know, masked policemen. I thought they, because there is no sign to show that they are police. More than 15 of them invaded inside the church premises, and they cocked their gun and say, Oga, move, come out, we're looking for you. I say, what is the problem? What have I done? One of them came and hit my back and said, if you don't stand up now, before you, I could even say, what is the problem? They went up to the altar and cocked their gun and pointed it at me. I said, what is the problem? One now dragged me up. I said, tell me what I have done. Before you know, they started shooting. The church members, the parish priests, everybody was running helter-skelter inside church. They shot, and then dragged me like a criminal inside the church when church service was going on and brought me out. When they brought me out, my orderly and my policemen was trying to find out from them, where are you people from? They were not telling us where they are from because all of them were in their fakes. They were all masked. There is nothing to identify them. Apart from some of the vehicles that brought them, where my boys and so many people identified that those vehicles came from government house, Imo State government house. So they dragged me, tore my clothes, beat me up, threw me inside one of the van that came with them, one white van that came with them, and asked me to lie on the floor of the van. And one of them used his leg, hit me, put his leg on top of me, and said I should keep quiet. He took my picture while inside the van and sent it to somebody and spoke in Hausa, Muntura picture. They never knew that I hear Hausa. So on the way, at Njaba, they stopped. And one of them that also was wearing mask now asked me, cocked his gun and said, Oga, go down. I said, what have I done? He said, Oga, go down. For me, I thought I was going to be eliminated at that point, at Njaba. He said, Oga, go down. He cocked his gun. I was telling him, please, what have I done? What have I done? He now pushed me outside and dragged me to another vehicle in front, another Ford Jeep in front. And they pushed me inside the Ford. And they started speeding up to Owerri. When we got to Owerri, they moved towards the Okigwe Road. At government house, I was looking from the back. I was turning and looking at my back. The three remaining vehicles now diverted towards government house. Then that one that I was inside continued all the way to Okigwe Road. I was asking them, where are you taking me? What have I done? They said, Oga, don't talk. Oh, don't talk. If you talk, don't talk. So I kept quiet. We drove all the way to Angara. I asked them again, where are we going? They refused to talk to me. When we got to Okigwe, I said, where are we going? They refused to talk. When we now set going towards Enugu, I said, tell me where we are going. If I was going to be killed, tell me so that I know that I was going to be eliminated. They didn't say anything. On the road, one of them that was in front received a call. I saw the call. The name on the phone was Shaba. Then he told him in Hausa, Muna tare da shi karka damu, muna kan hanya. Karka damu, mun kama shi karka damu kawai. Oga muna tare, that means we've caught him and we're on our way. So at a point, because I speak Hausa, I decided to ask them, Menai, what did I do? Why are you people doing this to me? They now looked at me and they continued their journey. They took me all the way from Owerri until we got to Enugu. When we got closer to Enugu, they now stopped and asked me to remove my clothes. I said, why should I remove my clothes? He said, Oga, this thing we're doing is, this is work. And you know how this work is. We are sent to do this. So you have to cooperate with us. So for me to save my life, I said, okay, what do you want me to do? They say I should remove my clothes. Before you know, they removed my clothes and said I should bring my hand. I brought my hand inside the vehicle. They now handcuffed me and then took picture of me. And then one of them sent it to the same Shaba again and came back and said, Zamudoka video. That means let's do his video. They now did the video of me and went back again and sent the same video to the same Shaba, who is the CSO, to the governor of Imo State. At this point, I say, why do you people want to humiliate me? What have I done to you people? If people invited me, I would have come. What have I done? When we got to Enugu, we stayed at Enugu Airport for more than 1 hour 30 minutes, and they were communicating with somebody who was coming with the flight, and they're communicating with the same Shaba who was telling them that this person will call you people. They were speaking now, that we have not seen them, we don't know where they are. At this point, I gave my everything, my life to God. I say, God, whatever that happens, let your will be done. And when the flight landed, they now told me, Oga, come down. I came down. They held me like a common criminal, passed through the airport. Everybody was looking at who is this criminal that was caught. And they asked me to bend down my head, put a cap on me, and asked me to bend down my head. And then they took me to a waiting private jet. At the private jet was another 3 operatives that were waiting for me. When we got inside the private jet, the officer that was there said, Oga, that there is a petition against you, and some people mentioned their name. That's why we came to pick you. I said, okay. Was it why I should be humiliated? There was no invitation. Nobody called me. I was humiliated I was handcuffed as a common criminal. That if there was an invitation, I'm not a criminal, I would have come and I would have answered the call. He said, Oga, but you have not. I said, nobody invited me. When we got to Abuja, they took me straight to STA's office, Tactical Squad's office. And at that point in place, the IG now intervened and sent somebody who came, and I was interviewed. I put down my statement. And with the scenario, with what happened, I think the Inspector General of Police was not properly briefed. Everything, all this drama happened inside government house. All the security men that came for this operation were security men attached to the governor of Imo State. Masked, all of them. There is nothing to identify them. They came with a truck, a military truck that is part of the governor's convoy. They came with a Ford Jeep that is part of the governor's convoy. All of them masked, discredited the house of God, shot in the house of God. Even when I was telling them that I'm here to bury for the church service of my mom, they didn't listen. They scattered everything and left with me. Gentlemen, I want to thank God, because I don't think that their intention was to arrest me. Their intention was to illuminate me. Because if their intention was to arrest me, I know the normal police procedure. It would have been bringing me to the police command, and then put up a report that I've been arrested. I'm from police command, and then they will not take me to Abuja. But it is not the duty of security men attached to the governor of Imo State to arrest or interview or do anything when it comes to issue of a criminal. It is the duty of this commissioner of police and his team to arrest. So what happened was a calculated attempt to illuminate me. But I thank God that God spared my life. And today that I'm alive, I want to thank Almighty God. I want to thank the media, especially the social media and the print media and the electronic media, for coming out. Because when they saw that the thing has gone viral when we got to Owerri, they had no choice than to find another way to quench what they planned. And I don't think it was intentional for them to take me to Enugu, to fly me to Abuja, because the flights came 1 hour after we got to Enugu. So their intention was never to take me to Abuja, because there was no invitation. They even told the IG that they sent the invitation to me more than 3 times and I refused to come. There was no invitation. I'm a law-abiding Nigerian citizen. All my life as a chief of staff government house, I have never been into any criminality. I have never sponsored any militant. I have never sold gun to anybody. So when they said I was selling gun to to some militant. I was surprised. I was chief of staff for 4 years. I was commissioner for land for 3.5 years. I was deputy chief of staff for 1.5 years. Why should I be treated as a criminal without no invitation? I was dragged on the floor. I was handcuffed. I was treated as if I'm a hardened criminal, and my pictures were sent on the media by the same Shaba. Because the question I want to ask, who authorized that my picture on a handcuff be sent into the media? Because I know the IG that handled this matter in Abuja, a professional policeman, did not authorize them to send my picture in a handcuff. So I'm pleading to the Inspector General of Police, who I refer as a good man, to please use his discretion to find out who sent my picture with the handcuff on the social media, to find out who paid for the private jets that came to pick me from Enugu Airport, and to find out who are these men that did not respect God, that did not respect the altar of God, the altar of place of worship, and they invaded church premises, shot inside the church. Is a sacrilege, is a desecration of God's house. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to thank God that I'm alive. I want to thank God for sparing the life of those church members, the pastor, the venerable in the church, and also my wife and my mother-in-law, and all other people in that church. It would have been a different thing altogether. But for me, I'll always thank God. But I plead that the Inspector General of Police should please, sir, please, I beg you in the name of God, make sure that this incident does not stop at this end. We should know who gave this order and why police attached to a governor should be the people arresting somebody of myself. And also the video I saw on the internet where they were saying somebody was saying that Uche Nwosu gave him money. That video, the same guy had the first video 1 year ago where he did not mention me. The same with blood on his t-shirts. The same guy wearing good clothes and putting towel on his body. After 1 year, came and say Uche Nwosu is the person giving him money or giving some people money. You see, and if you listen to that voice, the person that was interviewing that man on that video is the CSO. That's the voice of the CSO to the governor of Imo State. So, government has become where you get criminals and interview them and doctor and tell them what to say in order to implicate their political opponents. So everything that just happened was political. The police, the IG, for me, should be exonerated from this. But the security men attached to Governor Hope Uzodinma should provide information why they abducted me and why they wanted to kill me. I was chief of staff for 4 years. I was commissioner for land. I'm not like hiding. Why? I've been a law-abiding citizen. I say I've not even touched trigger, talk less of supplying arms. These things were all cooked up in government house in order to malign my image and in order to humiliate me. And there was no invitation, and I was treated like a common criminal because somebody somewhere wants me dead or wants me humiliated. So for me, is something up to now, I have not come out from the trauma of why I should be humiliated in such kind of manner. Invitation letter.
Just arrested on the strength of a video.
I was just arrested based on they said there was allegation against me. No letter was sent to me to inviting me, which is a normal process. No arrest warrants. Nothing. I was just inside church for my mom outing service, and the only what I got was humiliation inside church with all my visitors that came from Abuja, from Lagos. I was humiliated in their front, in their presence.
So there is no truth to this thing they are saying on the social media that for 6 times you refuse to honor police.
Nobody. I challenge whoever that is saying this. Provide the invitation letter that I signed, I received, and I refused to come. Provide the call. The word is a technological word. Provide the details of the call that interfaced between me and them, that they called me, I answered them, and they said I refused to come. They said that when they called me, that I said I was abroad. You can imagine. Am I not? Okay, even the policeman that I used during my mom's burial, I wrote to the IG, who I always continue to say he's a very good man, who who approved the police that I will use during my mother's burial. I even applied to DGSS, and SS was provided during my mother's burial. So, with all this, why didn't I know that there is an invitation for me? It's a calculated attempt to malign my image and to humiliate me. It was arranged inside government house. Every day, no policeman came from state police command, and I will continue to say it, and I will say it again and again. No policeman came from Imo Police Command. Everybody that came to that operation are policemen attached squads, and those are killer squad. They are killer squad attached to the governor of Imo State, because a normal policeman cannot shoot inside church. A normal policeman cannot shoot as if they are coming for war. So it is something. I pray that God Almighty will save us from this state.